Today is Stan Lee's birthday.
Oh, is it?
Oh shit! I thought he was gonna go crazy.
All right.
Yes, people. Stan Lee is 92. Look at him. Fuck you, death. Yeah.
Excelsior.
Excelsior. Stick this
92.
thing up your bony ass. But 92.
Gee.
He's 92 years old, man. 2008. I'm sorry. What is it, 2000, I'm sorry. No, what's the date? 28th.
Yeah.
December 28th. He's like, damn, I'm the old one. Damn, Corey, you got Alzheimer's? Yes, it is Stan Lee's birthday today, December 28th. And Stan Lee is somebody that deserves to be mentioned around here. Martin, you're a big fan of the comics.
Sure. Like everybody is nowadays.
But you original funny book.
That's true. I am OG.
You OG. Stan Lee, for being 92, the man looks amazing.
Yeah.
I was at Comic-Con about 3 years ago. He walked out of the elevator with me. I didn't even know it was him because he was looking cool. I said, "Damn, who's this fucking cat daddy looking dude right here?" It was Stan Lee. And Stan Lee's 92. Notice, now y'all take a hint from Stan Lee. Stan Lee don't need no cane.
No.
He don't need any of those fucking scooters.
True.
He's he still gets on stage tap dancing, talking about that Celsius.
Making those cameos. And
Does his cameos.
He still talks like a young man. Like a lot of people, they get old and their voice gets some of this in it, and they take a long time to get their thoughts together and talk. And
he still has a very animated voice.
Oh, he talks. He's still excited about the shit that's coming your way.
Yeah.
He's a marketer, and I love him for that. Now the thing with Stan Lee, of course, deserves all the credit in the world as far as comics go because he brought us some of the best comics out there, some true legends. I mean, without Stan Lee, you wouldn't have Spider-Man, you wouldn't have Hulk, you wouldn't have Thor, you wouldn't have Fantastic Four, and you wouldn't have the X-Men. He's so big that he's gone past just being the comic guy. When he was younger, he was a nerd just like everybody else. Yeah. This is him. I don't know. This is
young
him.
Stanley Lee.
That's a young people don't even recognize that because y'all used to seeing that Stan Lee. That's a straight up pimp.
Yeah,
right.
See, the reason why I read Marvel is because if I got made fun of by any of the guys in the neighborhood, I just had to show them a picture of Stan Lee. Because Stan Lee was like the Hugh Hefner of comics.
Yeah.
Definitely.
He probably wasn't fucking around because he's been married to the same wife since 1833.
Yeah.
But Stan Lee was that guy that looked like he had the potential.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He was that guy. He was pretty much a porn director.
Looks like it right
The
there.
guy had that porn mustache.
Yeah, the hair.
Had the hair coming out of his chest.
leisure
Had the leisure suit with the button undone to his navel.
Yeah.
It looked like he was shooting smut on the weekends.
Yeah.
And so when your friends come up and be like, "Yo, man, you reading all them funny books and shit," and then you just show them Stan Lee. And they be like, "Yo, look like he get mad, pussy man, shit. All right then, all right." Spider-Man cool with me.
Your friends were dumb.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
Here's a picture of a guy who wrote this. Oh, well, he looks cool, so I guess reading comic books is cool now.
I don't think that worked out that way.
Hey, Martin, Hey, Martin, see, Martin,
Either that, or you telling this story in a weird way.
No, Martin, you didn't grow up on the streets like I did, man. So it was hard, man. You grew up kind of in the suburbs. You could grow up to read comic books and be cool. Where I grew up, if I read comic books, I would get shot, man. I'll get killed. I had to show them this kind of shit, man. I had to market myself.
Like, who are your friends? Rudy and old Weird Harold?
Nah, man.
Mushmouth.
I had drug dealers coming up all the time, man. It's like I had to look out for myself. It was dangerous to read comic books in my neighborhood, man.
Dealers.
Yeah, it was dangerous, man.
The drug dealer in your neighborhood was the pharmacist.
Came to check on patients and shit.
Yeah.
Hey, Irma, how you doing there?
The only drug dealer in your neighborhood was Walgreens. That was your crack house. But I had to pitch him like a pimp, man. Yeah, man, that's the dude that made Spider-Man. Well, shit, why didn't you say so?
Did that work out for you?
It did. It did. They looked at me and they were like, "All right, I'm gonna let you live today, Corey."
Are you cool?
By the way, you got the next issue after this? This shit, I was reading it. Look good, man. Man, I know, Martin. I think you're lucky the way you grew up, Martin. You're lucky. Appreciate that. I didn't have that kind of freedom like you did. I found one interview of him. It was from 1977. Mm-hmm. And Stan Lee has looked cool longer than some of us have been alive, man.
Sure.
It was this video is from Virginia Tech. And this is how cool Stan Lee is. Even back then, Stan Lee was huge, but he went to this, I guess he went over here and did this small interview for these people. And the person who's doing the interview is a young woman. And this young woman is just, she might as well be in front of a rock star, man. She's giggling through this whole interview. She's all giddy. Even when the interview starts out, you can tell she's nervous. I mean, she's like, oh, what do I say to Stan Lee?
We have with us Mr. Stan Lee, who is the publisher of Marvel Comics. And today he's going to tell us a little bit about how he got started and etc. Now, the Marvel Age began in 1961 with Fantastic Four. Is that correct?
Right. That was our first book in the so-called Marvel Age of comics.
The mafia shades on.
All of literature, as we all know. So instead of a lot of good guys who always won at the end and they were brilliant and they were superior to the villains and they never did anything wrong, we came up with the Fantastic Four. Who
You hear that?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't believe he drew that.
And shit funny.
did something wrong. And they weren't really that much better than the bad guys. And I would like to think that these stories were unexpected and you never knew what was going to happen next. I was able to keep a lot of artists busy at once. I would just tell them a basic plot.
You hear that? He ain't saying, like you said, ain't shit funny.
No.
She wants to fuck Stan Lee so
Yes, he
bad.
does.
They would draw anything. I never knew what to expect. Sometimes I didn't even recognize the story. It was different than what I had told them. So it kept me awake. It was like doing crossword.
She's
Oh,
like, look at her. She's
Oh,
like,
licking her lips?
Licking her lips. She's like, I have no idea what he's talking about, but I want to fuck this guy so bad.
Throwing hits at him.
Look at her. Look at her lips. Girl, y'all know. Y'all picking up on this shit now,
Yeah.
right? You know girls, when they lick those lips, that's
Yeah,
it.
That's it.
Tell me she don't want to fuck Stan Lee right now. Anybody?
Oh.
Anybody?
No, she does.
Man, Stan Lee made it cool for people like me, people from the streets like me, from the ghetto, who could not read comics without sacrificing your manhood or your ability to look hard,
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And Stan Lee made that possible for kids like me, man. Stan Lee might have saved my life. So for that, I want to wish the true comic book pimp, Stan Lee, a very merry birthday. Yeah. Merry Christmas. And a happy New Year and a happy birthday to me. Yes. Thank you, Stan Lee.